Good morning, class, and welcome to this lesson on how to create a keychain. Today in SOLIDWORKS, we're going to create a kind of a simple keychain just like this. And the purpose of this is to teach you how to use basic shapes, how to smart dimension, which is this feature right here, how to make multiple sketches, and then how also to extrude. So let's get started. The first thing we have to do is create a new sketch or a new part. So I click on the new symbol and part, okay. And now we need to start off, we have a blank canvas, we need to create a sketch. So the first thing we have to do is click sketch, okay. And when you click sketch, you see these three planes open up, the top plane, the front plane, and the right plane. Most of the time we're always going to start off with the front plane, and that's just because it's standard. Start off with the front plane, and then if you want to make a sketch going either in the right plane direction or the top plane direction, you can. So we're going to start off and we're going to click on the front plane. So we are going to now add a rectangle for the keychain. I'll start off here at the origin and make a rectangle. Notice I didn't really look at the size there. I just kind of made one, and now I will adjust it. I'm going to click the F button to fit to screen so it's easy to see. And with that, I'm going to make this rectangle 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. So you see I'm able to adjust the size by clicking on a line, and then this box pops up, the line properties box, and I can just adjust the size right here. Over here, I'm going to adjust the size of this to 1 inch, 1.0. So 1 inch. Okay, now with my particular keychain, I'm going to make a second rectangle inside the first rectangle, like this. Okay. Once again, I just kind of threw that rectangle in there. I wasn't really paying attention to the sizes or whatever. So now that I have that second rectangle in, I want to adjust it to make sure it is the exact size that I want it to be. So I'm going to smart dimension it. Smart dimension. And so I want the distance between this line and this line, this line and this line to be 0.125 inches. 0.125 inches. So I click on this line first. And you notice, oh look, it tells me it's 3.5. But then I click on this line second, and that tells the computer, okay, we're looking at the distance between the two. Between the two. So I come over here, click, 0.125, enter. Come down here, click first line, click second line, 0.125, enter. Same thing on the right, first line, second line, 0.125, enter. And now first line, second line, 0.125, enter. Okay, so now we have adjusted all of our lines so that the gap in between is 0.125 inches, or 1/8 of an inch. And that was done using the Smart Dimension tool. The Smart Dimension tool tells us how long a line is, and then we can adjust those two together to give us the exact space in between them. Let's just go through and double check. Sometimes when you Smart Dimension, it will automatically change some other features. So remember, I wanted this to be 3.5 inches. I wanted this to be 1 inch. There we go. So now we have our two boxes, okay? Now I'm going to add a line to the outside. And we're going to make this line 0.5 inches. You can see I'm adjusting it down. Oops. I'm adjusting it down here, 0.5. I'm going to add a line to the bottom, 0.5. Okay. And now I'm going to make a 3-point arc. So there's this, up in this corner, there's a 3-point arc. Click here. So 3-point means 1 point, 2 points, and then the third point is however you want to adjust it. I can make it really big or small. I'm going to adjust it so it's just a regular half circle. Okay, so click right there. Now in this front side, I'm going to create a circle. I'm going to create it right on the midpoint of the arc here, and I'm going to make a circle with a radius of 0.4 inches. 0.4. Okay. So now I have the basic sketch that I can use to make the keychain. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to now make a second sketch for the name. Okay, so I'm going to click up here, exit sketch. Exit sketch. Okay, so now so you notice all of the features were grayed out. Okay, so the computer's basically telling us we're not messing with those lines anymore. Okay, if you want to go, you can go back in, but we are walking out of that sketch and we're going to add another sketch on top of it. So we're going to click sketch again, and you notice this yellow dialog box pops up. Okay, it says select a plane or select an existing sketch. Remember, we started off on the top plane. Or excuse me, the front plane. We started off on the front plane. So I'm going to click over here. This is called the design tree. Click over here to the design tree and click front plane. Okay, so now it knows we're making a sketch on the front plane, and you can see over here that it has sketch 1 and now sketch 2. So we have to now draw on sketch 2. So I click the text box. I'm not sure if you saw that. The text box, the A symbol. Okay, put my name in. I'll make it all capitals. Okay, and you can see the name pops up down here, and it's also very small. So in order to change the font, we are going to uncheck this box, use document font, and click font. I'm going to make this bold, and instead of using units, I'm going to use points, and I'm going to go up and make this a 48-point font. And as you can see, it gets much bigger. Okay. And also, I want to move this around. So now that I have the text ready to go, in order to move it around, we're going to check the green check mark over here to say, okay, this is what we want. Okay. And now I can take this and we can move it where we want it to. So I'm not sure if you saw that when it was down here. There's a little circle in front of the text, and that circle, you move that circle around. See, I'm moving it over here, and that's going to adjust it to going to adjust the whole word. So I'm going to try to center this just by eyeballing it, and that looks good right there. That's good. So now we have two sketches, one for the frame and one for the name. And so now I'm going to give them a thickness. So I'm going to exit sketch. So now I'm out of the sketch. Okay. Click on features, extrude. Okay. I want to extrude in sketch 1. Okay. I want to extrude this outer perimeter. I want to make that 0.2 inches. 0.2. So now there is a thickness there. You can see the outer frame has now popped out and there's a thickness there. So once again, I'm going to extrude again. Extrude. Front on the, excuse me. That was a mistake. Okay. Extrude in, you notice this is boss extrude 1 right here. Let's drop that down and click on sketch 1. We're still in sketch 1. I want to extrude this piece and this piece, but these two I want to make them 0.1 inches. Okay, I'm going to make them a little bit thinner. All right, so I extruded. So now the inside of the keychain and the ring part of the keychain has a thickness. So now I want to extrude my name. Extrude. Sketch 3. I have sketch 3 here. So now it just automatically pops up. I want that to be 0.2. And now the thickness of my name is popping out past the base. And if we rotate this around, you can see that we have made a keychain of different thicknesses with 2 different sketches using a few different tools like circle, square, text tool in order to make a 3D object.